Oh Lord, Jesse made another one.
Every gun that I told got a clip, yay long.
State your name, gangster.
DEEZY MCDUFFIE, Big Mob, Macback, from the trenches.
All right, so DEEZY, man, describe yourself as a kid. Like, what was life like for like little DEEZY?
Like growing up, well, I grew up on McDuffie and McDuffie area, McDuffie script. You know what I'm saying, at the street. I'm from the Gardens. That's the project around my way. Gonzales Gardens. So, you know, that's like, that was one of the roughest projects to grow up in, you know what I'm saying? So, we lived over there with my grandma and shit. Me and my mom and my daddy were locked up, so we lived with granny and shit, so we was living over there with. Growing up, you know, I ain't never wanted for nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? Cause our family's always full of hustlers and shit, so I ain't never really wanted for nothing, but I was always on the wild side, you know what I'm saying? I was always on the wild side, so I was always getting the shit, doing shit like that, but other than that, it was good though, you know what I'm saying? It was straight, goddamn. It was good, I ain't got no complaint.
All right, so explain your name. Like, how did you get it?
DEEZY MCDUFFIE, okay. I started out my name Don, so they started out calling me Lil Don. That's why I used to go around, you know what I'm saying? So even when I first started rapping, it was like middle school, they was still calling me Lil Don because I had a popular name. I was kind of popular, so. But then, like, I wanted to rap, so I switched it up to DEEZY. So once I started calling myself Lil DEEZY, then boom, boom, I got a couple songs, got a little traction. One of my older homies, Armor G, he from the river. He got a hold of it and shit. He had liked it. He was fucking with the music heavy at the time, so he hit me up. And when he hit me up, he wanted to fuck with the music. So after a while, he was like, man, listen, cause his whole movement, he's from the riverside, so you know what I'm saying, his whole movement was based off the river, you know what I'm saying? But the riverside movement was really as a whole. But since I wasn't from that side, he said, hey, bro, you should call yourself DEEZY MCDUFFIE, because that's where I'm from. So the McDuffie, it ain't my last name, it's actually my street. So bro told me to run with the DEEZY MCDUFFIE. I used it. It clicked on and shit. I just ran with that motherfucker. Shit took off. A lot of people think that's my last name, but that's actually the street, you know what I'm saying?
Do you ever like go back to your old hood and look at how it done changed?
Oh yeah, I always go back. Hey, what's so crazy though? Like, you know, I done did some time, you know what I'm saying? So, like, while I was in jail, like, you dream a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in jail, I don't know what it is about being free in jail. Like, I guess because you ain't seeing things, you ain't doing things, you dream a lot. But all my dreams were in the garden, even though they done tore it down now. They tore it down around, like, I came home in 2017, so 18, around like 17, 18, we shot that Bloody Moves. I shot a video called Bloody Move. I don't know if you was out there, you might have been a part of it, I can't remember.
I think KP shot that one.
Yeah, KP shot that one. So that was around 2018, they closed it down, but even after that, even after they closed it down, I still had a lot of dreams about it. But actually now I'm always over that way. Recently, they just built some new houses out there. And recently, one of my little homegirls had a spot out there. And that was my little dated little spot. But that motherfucker look luxury now. I ain't gonna need to lie, that motherfucker look, that's some shit a nigga can actually live in, you know what I'm saying? They actually building the community up. They done tore down a whole bunch of the old houses, they tore down the project. So it's like kind of all new. That's why it be crazy going through, like, when you go down there like, damn, boy, like, you know, it's white people living out there, it's Airbnbs out there now, people coming out of town, and they going to Airbnb on McDuffie. They don't even know what McDuffie is. Like, McDuffie was the infamous street for Bloods, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of where it was originated down here in South Carolina. McDuffie Street, Gonzales Gardens. That's where the first Bloods was like, kind of like originated. So, like, yeah, it was really a rough side time. Now you go over there, shit, it's got down, it's big houses, you know what I'm saying? It's still some of the old houses, but actually, me being over there, you know what I'm saying, I kind of want to get one of those houses, you know what I'm saying, like, and eventually move forward and buy all of them, you know what I'm saying? That's one of my goals, to buy all the houses on McDuffie, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I always go over there. It's looking good now, you know what I'm saying?
So what began like your interest in music?
I would say growing up, my pops, man, I had my pops, so I was always my pop. He had this Mustang, the 5.0, and he had the speakers in that motherfucking shit. Then he had these big ass goddamn, what them shits was. Chevy, the big one, not the Yukon, the Suburban. And he always had no speakers. He used to always play music. That's when Manifest and all that was up. You know, when the tapes dropped. Even we had the Chinese store, GQ. We used to go buy the little tapes, you know what I'm saying? The tapes from the shit, the bootleg tape. So shit, Pops used to always, every new drop. And I think it was a certain day back then that albums dropped, like a Tuesday or Thursday or something. Back then it was a certain day that albums dropped. He used to go through it and just buy all the album, even though it was up north music. Like, so I didn't listen to every type of music, like from Jay-Z and Dipset and all them boys down to the South, then the West Coast. He used to buy everything, so he was in that music. He was in that pop heavy, so that's like pop, one of my favorites, you know what I'm saying? So she really fucking with Pops, man. Him got down being hip to that music. Me always riding with him, he got down, and I'm taking that shit in. And then the shit, it started being a way for me to express myself and shit, so that's when I was like, man, shit, when Lil Wayne them came out, they was young.
So that was your influence to rap?
That was my influence to rap, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I seen the Hot Boys and shit, you know, them boys, you can tell them boys doing that shit, like, oh yeah, we can do this shit for real. And my daddy and them, my uncle, rest in peace, Easy, you know what I'm saying? They had like one of the first records they was around here called Barnyard Record. That was like the first shit when niggas like doing like shit with the music and shit, goddamn. My pops used to have little artists coming around and shit, I clicked on like that.
So what was some of your mainstream influences coming up?
Shit, I would say Tupac, and like you say, next off the Hot Boy. The Hot Boy was a major influence. Then Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Then Wayne took off by himself, like, that was a major influence right there. I would say Pop and the Hot Boy. Master P number 2, No Limit 2, cause they started that music, I would say that too, Master P number, but really, at Tupac and got down the Hot Boy. The Hot Boys was a major part though. Word. That's why my style probably kind of like how it is now.
What about locally?
Locally, I ain't gonna lie. I grew up, I would listen to that Jelly Tight, TD, Deuce and them. Them boys were tough, you know what I'm saying? Shout out TD Dime. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy, I used to ride that TD and that Super Dude, that bit was so hard. And a couple niggas out Grange Street, like them boy had some shit back in the day for real, like. I would say them boy. Yeah.
All right, so as kids, you know, we all start out innocent. What you think flipped that switch inside you?
What flipped the switch? I would say, see, I was always like I was the middle child, so I was always kind of like a bad kid, but like I say, growing up where I'm from and what's going on, my older cousins, you know, I'm watching them, and they done jump, like they gang banging, they blood, like this something new, you know what I'm saying? They going hard about it and they popular, you know what I'm saying? They like real popular, like they the ones, so, you know, I'm just catching on that shit and just feeling love with the lifestyle. Just start saying goddamn fucking and just jumping out there. So I would say that was the influence, like, you know, being around like your environment, like it was no, like, I ain't gonna say it wasn't no choice, but that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you really gonna be with it, cause these is your people, these is your homeboy, like this is what we know, this is what we learned, you know what I'm saying? So it really wasn't no way around it, you know what I'm saying?
So do you think going to prison has hurt your relationship with your kids?
I wouldn't say nah. That's one thing. My relationship with my kids, prison ain't never, because while I'm there, I always focused on them, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm hustling and making my little money, and I'm on the phone with them, I'm still building with them, you know, I'm still controlling traffic from behind there, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my baby mama, cause she, even all along, you know what I'm saying, they keep me in contact, they let me talk to them, they let me control the room, and you know, I'm having money so I can do things, and it's like a child, you know, like the major things, I'm doing all the major shit too, you know what I'm saying? So from behind the wall, the most expensive shit or whatever they want, they really want, you know, the child ever something, I'm getting it, you know what I'm saying? So that's helping me out, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because my 2 bids, I did 2 bids, actually 3, but both of those bids, my last 2 daughters, they were actually born while I was in prison. But what's so crazy about it, those two, so like, I went, when they was born, I went like 3 years with both of them without ever seeing them in person. I done seen them like, when I got to prison and got to the yard, they came to visit me a couple times, you know what I'm saying? But I'm all the way in Kentucky. And then the other place I was at, like, I couldn't even really get visits like that the first year. So, but when I first seen them, like you wouldn't even think I was ever even away, like that shit was crazy. Like, and they the ones who like, they got a close bond with, like, they love me to death. I come home, you know, one of my last daughter, like, I used to come see her, she didn't even want me to leave out the house. She grabbed my leg, hugging my leg. Mind you, she ain't never seen me in person for 3 whole years. I came home, she owned it like that, you know what I'm saying? So nah, it ain't hurt.
All right, so you got a son now, right?
Mm-hmm. Actually, I got 2.
You got 2 sons.
Yeah.
So would you want both of your sons to like follow in your footsteps?
No, I wouldn't want to follow my footsteps.
Like how do you avoid things like that happening?
Like that.
Because, you know, like being in their life, they look up to you.
Yeah.
So how do you avoid keeping them from following in your footsteps?
See, that's a hard one, right? Because you gotta understand, like, South Carolina as a whole, I'm on kind of like a major factor, especially like with the music and shit, like, and like a lot of people look up to me. A lot of people like, so, you know, the kids, like, they around these kids, your daddy this, your daddy that. So, you know, they taking that in. So, you know, and they looking up to me, they love me to death. So of course they gonna want to follow my footsteps. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a hard situation because you had to tell them, like, you know what I'm saying, like, this ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of shit I experienced, I wouldn't want y'all to experience or go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I wouldn't want them to follow my footsteps. But I done had run-ins with that, because like you say, some of my son, you know, like my son's name, and that's crazy now, because both of their nicknames after me. Like, my oldest son, his nickname Lil DEEZY. my second son up under him, his nickname Lil Mac back. You know what I'm saying? And they actually calling him, and like, it's stuck, like, by being around, like, people calling, hey, that's Lil DEEZY, that's Lil Mac back. Shit, they running straight with it, you know what I'm saying? So even when I was in jail one time, locked up, you know, my son getting older, so he been around now, like, you know, I hear shit like, oh boy, you bored? I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, then it's like, damn, like, he only looking up to me, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm mad, you know, I'm screaming on him, letting them know, but it's like, it's a hard situation, you feel me? But shit, I'm guiding him towards do the right thing. He learning from one arm, learning from a couple of his mistakes. So, and from me talking to him and letting him know what it is, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get through it.
Yeah, I feel like me personally, I feel like you give them a reality check early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
Yup, reality check. Definitely certain situations you gotta let them, like, and like, you know, I'm kind of tough on them, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't be with all smoking and, you know, growing up. Nowadays, these kids younger, but they smoking the vapes and like they smoking. So I'm like, no, we ain't doing none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's no reason to do it. You know what I'm saying? And you might think it don't affect you now, but like smoking, it affect you in the long run. Because now you're using the drug. You might want to, you know what I'm saying? So I try to guide them in the right thing, let them know what's right and wrong. Because that jail shit ain't for nobody. And you know what I'm saying? I let them know, like, you seen how you missed me and I wasn't there and I was gone. And I'm going somewhere, like, by myself. Miles away, by myself. I'm by myself. Like, you don't want to go through that. Trust me.
I feel like you went viral and had a hit record.
Yeah.
So out of those two, which would you prefer, like going viral or having a hit record?
I would say the hit record. That hit record lasts, but it's like a clash, cause like going viral, no matter what, if it's bad or nowadays, it don't give a fuck if it's bad or good. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of always a plus. It's a plus nowadays. So a motherfucker might be the junk in there, got embarrassed like a motherfucker, but that thing, you know, they done flipped the switch on that bitch, and now they getting all the attention. They, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of shifting a little bit, I'd say. it's kind of shifting a little bit. But I say that hit song lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? Cause like right now, like you said, that hit song, like that shit still trending, that shit still popping. No matter how long time it passed, that shit still getting played in the clubs, all that. So yeah, I would say that hit. You gotta have that hit record.
Do you ever think, do you ever wish you weren't DEEZY MCDUFFIE?
Nah, I never wish that. I love being me, I ain't gonna lie. I love being me. It come with a lot of pluses, and nothing I went through I wouldn't change, do I say. Nothing I went through I wouldn't change, cause that's what, like even in the song I sung Love Kid, like that's what made me me, that's what made me who I am. So like that was my lessons, it wasn't nothing I changed, even the bad shit I went through, I wouldn't change, you know what I'm saying? Cause they helped me be me, and they helped me build character and build who I am, you know what I'm saying? Like, so shit, being me goddamn mean a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? Cause shit, that shit come from scratch. Sometimes I be wondering like, damn, how the fuck I did this shit? Like, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. Do you ever see yourself getting married?
Yeah. I see myself get married. I want to get married. Oh, definitely, you gotta settle down, you know what I'm saying? You gotta settle down and keep back. The lifestyle though, boy, the lifestyle hard on it, boy. Like you say, especially with the naming. It's hard, but once you take that, like I would say, you gotta be all the way ready. I'm gonna be ready. I do wanna get married, but if I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna do it for a reason. So I'm gonna being married, basically you doing that shit to cut off everything else, you know what I'm saying? And focus on this. So yeah, I wanna do that, you know what I'm saying? Cause
Does raising little girls change your perspective on women?
boy, raising little girls, boy, oh Lord, I got 4, boy. When I tell you, boy, they all on my head too. I talk about, you know, they make you soft, boy, and they know it. They know it, like, damn, you D-boying me, like, the daughter's gonna D-boy you on some gangsters, like, for real, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm known for aggressive and roughness and all this, so it's like, boy, they looking at me like, nigga, you soft, you ain't doing nothing, you ain't doing nothing, you feel me?
Yeah.
You ain't doing nothing, so I cherish them girls, though, I love them girls, I ain't gonna lie, but, so, I think, answering your question, I think it kinda does, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, you start noticing shit then the first time you hear, you don't want your daughter doing this, or you don't want to do this to, you don't want nobody to do this to your daughter, you don't want nobody, so it does change the perspective, I say, you know what I'm saying? Cause you get a soft spot, once you got them girls, especially I got 4, so that's 4 soft spots, so that shit builds, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Then my daughter love me to death, so that shit different. That daughter love, you know what I'm saying? Like, boy, nigga, we feel like shit, nobody else don't love me, boy. I know my daughter do, you feel me? So it do change perspective. It make you more respect. I think it make you cherish women more and respect them more. You feel me?
Let's talk about 2 of your biggest records, right? Yay Long and WLTX.
Yeah.
Let's start with Yay Long. Like, how did that record come about? Yay Long.
See, I was fucking with Jetson and Savannah. I was fucking with them heavy. I fucked with them on my first video. Actually, the first song. I'm gonna go back. This is how I got to Yay Long. It started with WLTX. I hit up Savannah. I seen Savannah visuals. You know, this shit was tough, like industry, like, so I like hit him up. Boom, he came to shoot it. You know what I'm saying? We shot, and it was the WLTX. It came a hit. It jumped. So when it jumped so hard, he be like, hey, we need to start dropping every 2 weeks, every week. Next thing you know, he like, hey, I'm about to get my partner Jetson and shoot you some beats. Jetson shot me the beat, them bitches hard. I'm at the house with my partner Skeet, goddamn, me and Skeet at his house, goddamn. So he sent me the beat, I get to playing that shit, females around and shit. You know, I get the beat on my phone with Jetson, so I'm really just playing to listen to in my head. I just get to rapping that shit, and I'm like, let's go to the studio. Shit, while we on the way, I'm in the car with the female, like, put the shit on, she ride, playing it. Whole time riding, I'm writing to that shit. I get in that bitch, drop that bitch. I wrote like the hook in the first verse by the time I got to the studio. Second verse, I punched that bitch in, that bitch got down. I ain't expecting to take off, but that bitch took off. For real.
Rocket. Yeah, that bitch hard. That's
Yep.
That
And then like how I did it, like how I was writing, I came up with the rhyming word, like I just came up with some crazy shit like yay long. Like I just thought about like how old people used to say yay, you know what I'm saying? That bit yay long, like that bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just was thinking about the rhyming word first. That's how I came up with it. The word yay. Like I just thought about an old person saying yay, you know what I'm saying? Like some hood shit. And then I just thought about, boy, that clip was yay long. And then I started like that with just the rhyming word, cause you mama. That's how I started out writing my music. I might hit a beat and get a mumble, and I say a word or just think about some crazy shit that'll catch some catchy shit. And that word yay was just catchy to me, and that shit just took off. It took off.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those records that kind of like can define South Carolina sound because you know it got us involved.
Yeah, it got us
you know,
involved.
like
Yep.
the way we talk,
Lingo,
country
all that.
element, all that shit. But it was commercial.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I felt like that was a banger. So
I still playing to this day. I fuck with that song though. I actually did a remix when I was in jail when we did it, so it ain't really pushed like that, but it got Bloody J on that bit.
So you feel like you and Jet got chemistry?
Yeah, me and Jet got chemistry, I feel. His beats, like, that was like my style. Like when I came back, that was like my style that I adapted to, you know what I'm saying? That was the style I adapted to, so shit. Leg going numbers hill on that bit. Oh. So yeah, that was like the style I adapted to, goddamn. So shit. I would say that.
So if you weren't a rapper, what could you see yourself doing?
Actually in high school and like growing up, ever since I was a kid, I played football, you know what I'm saying? I played football, I'm a football nigga. I'm not a basketball nigga, I'm a football nigga. I was always aggressive and rough, so I fought with that football. So, man, now that I look at that shit, boy, if I would have took that football shit serious, I would have been something, you know what I'm saying? I would have been something. So, if I wasn't rapping, I probably would have focused on that football, you know what I'm saying? That's what I say.
So, piggyback off that question, like, would you ever get a job?
See, now, if I owned it, and that's probably something to be because
Like
entrepreneur type shit, because it's like, you know, when you get so big and it's like you gotta do something major, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with getting a job, that thing. Cause I done had a job, you know what I'm saying? When I was 18, I hadn't gotten some shit. Cost me down Series A charge when I was in high school, so I had to go get that job. When I got that shit, I actually working at a little restaurant and shit, goddamn, so ain't nothing wrong with getting a job. I worked, and I worked that bitch 2 years. I was thugging. I'm talking about going straight from the club or whatever straight to work. I'm talking about I'm still in there throwing up. I'm at work. The old ladies love me, you know, they laughing at me because, boy, they know, they like, young ain't gonna come here with something. I'm going that bitch black ass, nigga, they fighting at the club. I'll tell you all type of shit. I done got shot and all. I got a sling going, all type of shit. So
you coming to work fucked
I'm
up.
coming to work, yeah, on it. So yeah, so like, it ain't nothing wrong with getting a job, but so far where I'm at, now how I done built up, I don't see myself getting a regular job. It's gonna be something exclusive. And I can't let what I got going on away, so I refuse to go down it. Ain't that like, I wouldn't say that's down, but you know, I'm trying to do something major, but yeah, I work, but I have to own it.
So just let everybody know where they can reach you at, your socials, you know, everything you got going on. You got a project, let them know what you got coming.
Right now, I got Back the album out, man. That's a hard album. I'll go check it out. Scream It is on all platforms. You can follow me on Instagram at DEEZY MCDUFFIE. Just straight out DEEZY MCDUFFIE. DEEZYMCDUFFIE. Facebook, same thing. DEEZY MCDUFFIE, straight out, you know what I'm saying? Twitter, same thing. DEEZY_MCDUFFIE. And just look me up on all platforms. Clothing line coming out. More is on the way, you know what I'm saying? I done already started branding. I got the merch in, Love Kills Edition. You know what I'm saying? WLTX Worldwide, that's out now. Y'all go fuck with it. What else? As far as projects coming up, I'm working on an album now, Slime Love All the Time, SLATT, you know what I'm saying? That's my next thing I'm gonna drop. It's gonna be an EP. I'm gonna give y'all about 4 or 5 songs all pain, you know what I'm saying, all from the heart, that real shit, y'all gonna fuck with it though. But shit, Matt back in, you know what I'm saying, fuck with me, mob.